I'm sitting in my bedroom floor with my Upland cinnamon tea as I write this. At this point of the experiment, I'm starting to wonder if this was a good idea. I mean, it seemed like it when I started, but now I'm growing wary of it. Listening to the same playlist, especially of songs that you hate, is incredibly frustrating. I want this video to be as authentic as possible to my subscribers. It's the least they deserve, but I am so over these songs. I feel like quitting. Oh, and by the way, this is only day one. So when you saw the title of this, I assume you asked the same question Subin Aesthetic asked me when I posted about this on my Instagram. Why the hell would you put yourself through that? To be honest with you, I only did it out of curiosity. It just happened randomly when I was speaking to my sister about her dopamine detox journey, in which you just essentially strip away all the unhealthy habits that give you dopamine and force yourself to do all the necessary productive things that actually do help you. And I wanted to see if I could do this with K-pop songs. I thought to myself, hey, what if I forced myself to listen to K-pop songs that I hated for an entire week and deprive myself of the music that I actually enjoy? Would I actually grow to love these songs? Yes or no? I was just curious. That's the reason why I started this experiment in the first place. So, how are we going to do this experiment? Well, I'm going to conduct it one way that I conduct any other experiment, physics or otherwise, and that is to use the scientific method, which requires 8 steps. Step number 1, pose a testable question. And the question is simple. If I deprive myself of every K-pop song that I love and force myself to listen to K-pop songs that I hate, will I change my mind in a positive way about these songs by the end of the week? Number 2, conduct background research. Well, there really isn't much research to conduct here. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of K-pop fans have a habit of forcing themselves to listen to songs that they do not like from groups that they do like, and the songs quote-unquote grow on them. Doesn't really feel natural, but you know, it's something that people do. So I wanted to figure out if things would change for me if I forced myself to listen to these songs that I do not like. Step 3, state your hypothesis. By the end of this experiment, The Feels by Twice will be the only song that I like. 4, design the experiment. Simply, I need to make a playlist of songs that I hated. I picked about 11 songs, and after putting it all together, the playlist is at least 37 minutes long, almost 40 minutes. So that's almost an hour of songs that I hate. I'm really starting to think that maybe this isn't a good idea. With that being said, I have 3 rules to conduct this experiment. Number 1, I am not allowed to listen to any other songs during the week. K-pop, pop, rap, jazz, oh my god, my beautiful French music. I can't listen to that. 2, I have to listen to the music the same amount of time that I listen to music on a regular basis. Now, I'm a sleep-deprived human being. I sleep about 4 to 5 hours a day on average, which means I'm awake 19 to 20 hours. And I notice majority of the time when I conduct my regular activities, I always have music on. So I have music on an average of 6.5 to 7 hours a day. You can already see that this experiment is a disaster, right? Step 3, I have to journal and rate my experience out of 10 every single day. And then I have to give my final thoughts on each of the songs when the experiment is over after 7 days. Monday, the 25th of October. I rate this day 4 out of 10 because I am straight up annoyed. Having to listen to music that I hate, to songs that I hate for 6 hours straight is absolutely nauseating. This was a really, really bad idea. I tried to ignore it when I'm doing other tasks like, you know, school assignments and stuff. But when I'm working out, I really need to hear the music in order to function. And it was just terrible. Try doing press-ups, listening to Sticker. It is the worst feeling on the planet. In fact, at one point, I felt the urge to rip my headphones off. This day was definitely difficult, yes, and I'd rate it a 4 out of 10. Day 2. This is Tuesday. I rate this day 4.5 out of 10. It's no better than yesterday. It's actually more frustrating than it is difficult, and I've noticed that I'm starting to hate Drunk Days more than I hate Sticker. And that says a lot. Listening to that song is like a brain aneurysm. I cannot deal with it, and it is driving me insane. I want the song to be done with already. Day 3. I rate this a 3 out of 10. I want to give up on my life. I want to give up on existence. That's it. That's the comment of the day. Day 4. Day 4 is actually slightly better than day 3. Like, it's not great, but it's definitely not painful. I'd rate this day maybe a 5, 6-ish out of 10. One thing I've noticed, apart from the feels, I'm starting to warm up to Savage and Next Level, which is pretty impressive. Next Level, I kind of saw coming because when I started listening to Next Level with the headphones, I actually enjoyed it more than I do when it's with earphones or it's just regular speakers. So I am starting to warm up to Next Level now. Now, Savage, I'm working through it. I'm just having a hard time dealing with the whole Nevis will love you, all the unnecessary ad-libs. One thing I have fallen in love with in Savage, apart from the rap, which I already liked before I started this experiment, I am in love with the pre-chorus. Ning Ning and Winter killed it. I'm so in love with that pre-chorus. Oh my God, it's really good. Now, with Lalissa, as I mentioned again, Lalissa, I only like that 15-second rap, and that is before she does the whole Lalissa like 65,000 times as if she's trying to fill in a word count for an essay. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if waiting for that rap is worth it, because the entire song is complete trash. I can't deal with this. As for Permission to Dance and Watercolor, these songs have made me realize that it is better for a song to be bad than for it to be boring. At first, I just thought that Permission to Dance was a bad song, but now I just realize how incredibly boring it was. I don't enjoy Permission to Dance and Watercolor at all. They really just bore the crap out of me. But one interesting thing is happening. I'm liking Hot Sauce now. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of the background instrumental that sounds like a worm trying to gurgle, but to be honest with you, I'm pretty much cool with everything else. Yes, including the shouting chorus. It's actually not that terrible the more I listen to it. I'm actually starting to stomach it a little bit. I'm enjoying the song. I really am. It's the weirdest thing. Day 5. So Thunderous is not as painful to listen to. My Turn by Gravity is giving me a headache. In fact, I hate My Turn more than I hate Sticker and Drunk Dazed. That alone should tell you everything you need to know. Thunderous is not, it's not painful. I mean, I don't enjoy it, but it's not painful to listen to, like, you know, My Turn. But you know what? I think I'm able to stomach it a little bit more. Stray Kids is well known for making good noise music anyways, so I think that I can handle everything. To begin with, I only like Changbin's raps and I hated everything else. Everything. But one thing I cannot stomach, the spitting. God, make it stop. So I would rate Day 5 a 6.5 out of 10. Day 6, I did not do any of this because I woke up with a splitting headache and the last thing you need is headphones. So no music that day for me. So I did not do the experiment at all. So yeah, no rating for that. Day 7. I am so glad this experiment is over because I miss music. Like, good music. I listen to Pied Piper by BTS and Underwater by Monsta X every single day, okay? So 7 days without it, that was not good for my mental health at all. I miss these songs like crazy. I'm just ready for this experiment to be over. This day was actually good, and I partially believe that it's because I knew that it was the last day of the experiment anyways. So maybe that's why I was really happy about it. The crazy thing is I started to notice that I was always making these little shorts and these little edits, and I realized that I actually listened to this one short that I made like several times, if I'm not mistaken, and I just missed really good music, and I listened to that short for 10 minutes straight. That is so desperate and embarrassing, but hey, you know what? I was missing some good music, but this is the final day. It's better than most. I'm able to actually go through some of the music and enjoy. I definitely am enjoying the feels. I am never getting tired of that song. Savage, I'm starting to like a little bit more, just like Next Level, but there's just some songs that I'm so glad this experiment is over, because after this, there's some songs I will definitely not listen to ever again. With Hot Sauce, like I said before, I was having a hard time getting into the song, but the experiment definitely had a positive effect on it. I can get used to the annoying little sound in the background, but I love the pre-chorus a lot and I can handle the chorus this time. I actually find myself bopping to it a little bit, so I don't cringe as much. So definitely this experiment had a positive effect on it. Now the song overall, I think initially when I heard it, I would have ranked it like maybe a 5 or 4.5 out of 10, but now it's gone to a 7.5. So maybe doing this experiment with hot sauce wasn't such a bad idea. I actually kind of enjoy it. Most of you already know that because my sister decided to expose me in one of my shorts and told everybody that I like hot sauce. So yeah, definitely there was a positive effect on that. I'm definitely enjoying the song now. I am so in love with the feels. I am desperately in love with it. I enjoyed almost every second of this entire song. And to be honest with you, I realized that initially my problem with the feels was that it was not a strong debut. It was a good song, but not a strong debut. And since this was the English debut, maybe I was expecting a little more from them. I also am a huge Monsta X fan. So when it comes to English music, I have very high expectations. So when Twice did not meet those expectations, I was kind of disappointed. But after I stripped it down to it just being a song, I genuinely enjoy it. The flow of the song was perfect. The little high notes was, oh my God. And I am so in love with the bridge, by the way. I am in love with the song. Definitely a 9.5 out of 10. This is my favorite song in this entire list. Okay, I think that's just about enough of this song. The song went from a 4 out of 10 to a 2 out of 10. I hate everything about it. The vroom vroom skirt thing, God have mercy. What was that? I'm starting to wonder if I should be giving Gravity any time of day because I can't handle these songs anymore. This experiment definitely had a negative effect on the song. I hate it even more than I did when I started this experiment. It gives me such a massive headache. I don't like anything about it. I don't even like the pre-chorus. I feel like everything else was underwhelming, but then the vroom vroom skirt thing just makes it 10 times worse. It's just horrible. So no, definitely not liking this. Permission to Dance is the equivalent of My Existence. A big fat mistake. This song should have never happened at all. Actually, I'm having a hard time accepting that Ed Sheeran wrote this song and that BTS performed it. I don't like this song at all. It's actually really, really boring. The only time it feels slightly catchy is like towards the end. I don't mean it like that, but like towards the end when they're singing the chorus and there's no instrumental and there's just like hand clapping. That sounded really nice, but everything else is just not it. It went from like a 4 to like a 2.5. I hate it. This experiment definitely had a negative effect on the song. Like I hate it more than I hated it when I started. It went from like a 2 out of 10 to like a -5 out of 10. I cannot handle this song. Unlike NCT Dream with Hot Sauce, I could not get myself to get over the flute sound. It's really annoying and it's very much distracting, especially from their amazing vocals during the chorus. The vocals of the chorus sounded like this could have been a jazz song, and having that EDM in the background and that flute that sounds like someone is blowing it from their nose. It's just not cute. I really cannot get over it. I do have to say though, I am warming up to, is it the bridge? Yeah, it's pretty good, but everything else about the song is absolutely terrible. It makes it 2 horrible songs Mark has been involved in this year. That's just sad. Watercolor is not unbearable. To be honest with you, I feel the same way about it that I felt when I originally heard the song. After listening to this, so as a Mamamoo stan, I'm someone who strongly believed that all the members had the potential to go solo, but after listening to all of their solos, I'm starting to think that maybe Moonbyul and Hwasa are the only solo material members in this group. I really do not know why Whein would debut with a song that is so weak in general, and by weak I don't mean slow or anything like that. I love slow songs, but this song in particular is very weak in terms of structure. There is no climax in the song as well. It's just really flat. It's like I mentioned it's like eating unseasoned chicken. Listening to this song, this is how it felt. I'm starting to wonder if this girl's really ready for this. I mean, of course, I'm willing to give her a second chance because she is my bias and she has a beautiful voice and amazing stage presence. But when it comes to music, I think she really needs to step it up. This song is just still boring. I guess it's still a 6 out of 10. It's not unbearable, but it's boring and it lacks flavor. Number 7, Thunderous by Stray Kids. Okay. Changbin saved the song. Okay, I said what I said. Point blank period. Oh, also, their stage presence saved the song. But like, this song is just not it. And honestly, I cannot handle the spitting. And before you all come in the comment section and be like, the spitting, that's the whole point of the song. I know. I'm not stupid. I'm not sorry. I'm not dirty. I get it. That's the whole point of the spitting. It does not make it any less, you know, terrible. I just don't like the spitting. It's really frustrating. The pre-chorus is actually very dry, in my personal opinion. It's hella dry. It's not cute. I do not like Thunderous. I still feel the same way that I felt the first time I saw it. I think it's like a 5, if not a 4 out of 10. God, that song is really, really bad. Lalisa is the definition of my life. A joke. Why is this a thing? I don't understand why Lalisa is a thing. To be honest with you, one thing that bothered me the most about Lalisa is how inconsistent it is as a song. You're like, what the hell is going on? You're asking yourself the same question from start to finish, and that's not a good look on a song. The structure is actually terrible. Also, I found out that Teddy was incredibly lazy in making this. He simply increased the BPM of a horn sound. This was not it. God have mercy. There's zero flow, absolutely no cohesiveness. I only like those 16 seconds or 15 seconds where Lisa's rapping towards the end. This went from like a 2 out of 10 to like a -8 out of 10. And that rap, it's not worth waiting for, considering all the junk that's around it. No. Drunk Dazed is a brain aneurysm. From a 4 out of 10 to like a -10 out of 10. I will never like this song. The chorus is just horrendous. And once again, to all the people who were telling me the last time, that's the whole purpose of the song. I'm not stupid. The song is titled Drunk Dazed. I can see that that is the whole purpose. It doesn't make it good though. That's the point. I don't care if it serves the purpose. It's still terrible. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I do not enjoy it. What bothers me the most about the song is all the other parts of the song, the verses, the chorus, are so flat. They're so flat and boring and bland. And then you get to this chorus where they're just screeching in your ear and you're like, what is this? This is what we call music now? And to be honest with you, I'm not that into Enhypen, but I listen to all the other songs and they're just fine. So I don't know what the hell they were doing with this.
Give me now.
Okay, Savage. All right, so Savage went up from a 3 to like a 7.5. I fell in love with the pre-chorus. Oh my God, especially the second time around, especially when Winter does it, her voice is just so strong and and then it's so good. It really is. The raps, of course, are amazing. One of the things I've mentioned about Karina and Giselle is that they have chemistry as rappers, which is something that you don't normally see in girl groups. It's also one of the reasons why I love Everglow, is that the chemistry flow between EU and Asha works perfectly. EU has this really raspy voice. Asha has this deep voice. And they work well together when it comes to rapping. It's the same thing with Giselle and Karina. I also love the way Giselle changes her pitch in rapping. It's so good. Their chemistry when they rap is amazing. Most girl groups don't really have that. That's why you have one girl rapping at the beginning of the song and another one maybe in the middle and the end. They don't really work well together. Another good example would be Irene and Yeri. They have amazing rap chemistry together. So yeah, I love that. But then when we get to the whole Nevis We Love You thing, they kind of lose me a little bit. And the high notes in the end are so unnecessary. It's like, honey, you don't have to show us this. We know Ning Ning and Winter can kill this shit. We don't need to know this. So all the high notes were incredibly unnecessary. Next level went from like a 4 out of 10 to like an 8.5, almost 9 out of 10. Because I'm starting to like this song. Oh my God, this is the weirdest thing. I'm starting to like this song. Giselle and Karina's rap chemistry once again carried the crap out of the song. The best part for me is after Nave is calling and Ning Ning starts singing after that. That part was beautiful. So one of the things that bothered me when I initially listened to this was how I didn't like the transitions. It felt like they were trying to do a copy paste version of I Got a Boy by Girls' Generation and failed miserably. But after that, I'm able to handle them. Honestly, they don't hurt that bad. Also, the la 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 part, I don't like that either. But I'm able to handle the rest of the song. I think I kind of like it. So that was it, guys. That was my incredibly stupid experiment. And you know what? It was kind of a bad idea, but I learned a lot from it. And I learned that, you know what, maybe you can grow to love songs if you force yourself to listen to them. Now, I wouldn't recommend it because maybe that is not such a, maybe that's not such a good idea. But honestly, I think that this was a learning experience. Do I regret it? Yes, because, you know, all I had to do, I could have just simply listened to the feels 2 more times and I would have loved it. I didn't really need to go through all this pain, and especially for 7 days. God, that was horrendous. I'll never do this to myself again. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I'm taking a break this week, but the next week I am finally going to give you guys a stage presence ranking video for Blackpink, Red Velvet, Dreamcatcher, and Twice. For those of you who haven't watched, I do have a video in which I did Everglow, ITZY, Idol, and aespa, and a lot of people really liked it. There was a huge positive feedback on that, so I've decided to do a second one in which you guys voted. You wanted the Holy Trinity and Dreamcatcher, which is what I'm gonna get around to do. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Until then, bye. Also, thank you for almost 16,000 subscribers. This is insane. A few days ago, I was just thanking you guys for 15,000, and now I'm almost at 16,000. That is insane. So once again, thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow. No, I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.